Okay, this slide talks about that when you get married, you don't necessarily marry a person, but you marry a lifestyle, which is a very different idea from the traditional notion that you marry somebody, which of course you do marry somebody, but the idea here is more expanded in the sense that the concept here is that actually you're marrying into lifestyle. And it says based on your understanding of socioeconomic status and the implications for your life and future, describe the type of person you might choose for a lifetime partner and why. Okay, so that's the question there. And what are your minimums? What's the minimum you accept, and what's your ideal? Ideals, of course, are ideas, so and ideas are usually not concrete facts, but still, we want to have some goals or some ideals of what type of person you might want to be your lifelong partner. Most people want to have somebody in their life. It's kind of hard being alone, at least for most people, especially for men, but for most people. And then ask why so, and then evaluate 3 possible life partners for yourself. So 3 people you might consider, okay? And then you have your ideal at the top, and then your minimum, and I gave it a number. So your ideal would be a 10, let's say, and then your minimum is like a 6. Your minimum could be less than 6, okay? But in academic, 6 is like a D, okay? You can go to 5 or 4 or 1 or whatever, but I don't think you want to do that. I don't think you want to get below a 6. Like I would be a D person, right? So anyway, okay. So the idea here is, first of all, what's your minimum education would accept in a lifelong partner? When I was a young person, I knew there's no way I'm going to marry somebody who doesn't have a high school education. And about 25% of American adults don't have a high school education. 25%, that's a pretty big number. And I knew there's no way I'm going to accept a lifelong partner without a high school education, because that means that she won't be able to get a decent job or any kind of job. And probably making minimum wage, can't navigate through life, okay? Doesn't know too much about anything. It's going to be a nightmare. And which means that all the weight's going to be on me, okay? And not that big of a guy. So I don't want to carry all the weight on my back. Maybe you do. Some men do. Some men don't care. They're like, as long as she's hot and sexy and I can have a good time with her, they don't care. But I'm not that kind of guy. So that was my minimum, but she had to have at least a minimum high school education. That was my minimum. Ideally, I would hope I could marry somebody with a graduate degree, a master's degree, an MBA, doctoral degree, something. That would have been nice. I couldn't do that. But that's the way it goes. And then occupation, well, maybe that's not so important for me, but I didn't really want to marry a woman who was like cleaning toilets. That was not for me. I had a chance to marry some women who were doing janitorial work, who were very nice looking, but I said, no, I don't think that's what I want. And ideally, I think if I married a doctor, it would have been good, or a nurse, or a lawyer, or a dentist, or a teacher, professor. Those would be all acceptable to me, but not somebody who is unemployed or doing maybe factory work. I think that was below my minimum, unfortunately. And I realize this sounds very classist, but so be it. Okay, then in terms of income, what's your minimum? We're talking about here that you marry into a lifestyle. You marry a person, but you marry into a lifestyle. And what's your minimum income? Well, minimum wage right now in California is about $30,000 a year, which I think is okay. I could accept that, even today. I said, well, $30,000 a year, that's good enough, right? But not less than that. Like if somebody says, well, I'm making $800 a month, I don't think it's going to work. Okay. Minimum wage right now after taxes is about $2,000 a month. It's a little bit low, but I think that's okay for me. I can accept it. Not everybody can. I've had female students who say that they want a husband who makes at least $100,000 a year. That's the minimum, okay? Which is crazy, but that's what they say. And of course, my ideal income would be, well, as much as possible, right? Within a realistic range, I would say 50,000 a year is about still realistic in California. Um, Maybe it's not ideal, but it's close to ideal. If it was 100,000 or 500,000 or more, that probably would be better. But from a realistic point of view, I think 50,000 a year would be okay. Would be an ideal for me. Anywhere between 30 and 50,000, I think, would be an acceptable range for me. And then family assets, family or including your family assets. Well, you know, um, maybe would you accept a person that has no assets? They don't even have a bicycle. They don't have a car. Of course, they don't have a house. They don't even have a bicycle. Is that okay for you? You know, to be your lifelong partner? I don't know. Some men accept that. Well, she has nothing, but she's sexy. She's beautiful. She's young. She's sexy. I don't care. Maybe, but not for me. My minimum would be she needs to have a car. It doesn't have to be a new car, but it has to be paid off and some kind of vehicle, decent car, Toyota Camry, something like that. Doesn't have to be brand new, but perfectly paid off. That would be my minimum terms assets. Ideally, of course, if you can marry a person who comes from a wealthy family, which I had an opportunity to do so when I was a student at UCLA. That could have been pretty good, I think. But the wealthy young ladies that I met at UCLA were all Jewish, and I'm not Jewish, so it didn't work out because the family wanted their daughters to marry a Jewish person, so it didn't work out. Unfortunately for me. Okay, and the other is really important, right? That actually this is the most important one. You probably want a lifelong partner who loves you, who likes you, who wants to be with you, wants to share their life with you, who's helpful, supportive, all those good things, right? That's probably the most important thing. But what is your minimum in that regard? What's your minimum that you accept? Well, minimum for me, I'd have to have somebody who is kind of warm and caring and somewhat supportive, you know, and wants to be with me maybe for the rest of my life. I think minimal in the other category. Ideally, somebody who's very loving and very caring, very supportive, very helpful, very good partner, right? Ideally, but I don't know. But yeah, and then give them a score, you know, of the 3 people. Find 3 people that you think considered and give them a score from 0 to 10 for the 3. And then you have a better sense of what are your options. Some of you are already married. This is too late. Okay. Unless you want to get divorced, but divorce is a bad idea usually. Actually, usually a very bad idea. But most of our students are single, so they have some options. And I think the average student here at Stanton is 27, so they're about at the marrying age, right? Late 20s, early 30s. That's probably a good time to marry. So, and maybe you have 3 possible candidates right now. Let's say you're 30, or you're 27, or you're 32, and you have 3 possible candidates right now. Well, you got to rank them and then choose one, right? Because if you don't choose one, they're going to disappear. I had a friend who said if you go to the store and you find something really good on sale, you better buy it now because when you come back tomorrow, it's gone. And the same applies with a possible lifelong partner, male or female. If you find a good one, you got to choose them right now because tomorrow they'll be gone.
Everybody knows.
Not everybody knows. Not everybody knows.
No, I mean maybe people in that field they have experience. They know that. And they
Yeah, because you have experience. That's why you know. Yeah, because you have a lot of life experience here. But some of the students don't. And it's really just too. But some of the students don't. They don't have too much life experience. That's why your comments are very insightful because you have a lot of life experience, right? Yeah, your comments are very insightful, very deep because you have life experience. Some of the students are very young.
They have no, they're clueless, you know? What's your, you're single, I think, right, Vic? Are you
Yeah.
single? Okay. So, what, for education, what would be your minimum you would accept in a lifelong partner, education-wise?
From partner.
Wife,
Girlfriend.
girl, wife,
I mean, like around like from college BA up.
BA up, see?
Yeah.
So that's your minimum is BA. Okay. Now, what's your ideal? Ideally, you would like to have what?
The ideal one. Could be master.
Master, see? That's good. Yeah, that's good. I kind of agree with that. How about job? Would you take any job? Or what if she was a stripper at what gentleman's club? Would you accept that?
No, probably not.
Probably not. Make good money.
They got money, but I don't know. I never seen, I never met someone like that, but I don't think that the lifestyle was gonna fit to me.
No, I don't fit with you.
Yeah, even though like if someone is like someone like do the job, but get fall in love with me, I will consider about that. It's not easy to, because I'm thinking about how to have children and then how to expand it in the future. Hey, like people talk, hey, my grandma, yeah, she works. Like that. Okay.
Okay, so that's out. That's out. Okay, what's your? Oh, that.
Don't say it.
Well, some women do that job, right? A lot of women do that job nowadays.
I have one boyfriend long time ago.
Yes.
She like a college student, and she worked just a little bit, like 2 days a week, you know. And she like young, look like nice, seem like from a good family, and she looking good too, you know.
Yes.
And then she has a boyfriend like a international student from France, and then that guy like came to study a year and had to go back to his country. You know? And then she complained to me that why the tip is not a lot, why like about money, you know, because she wanted money. I said like why before you never talk about this, why you need it right now. She said like, oh, I want to go visit him, so I need a lot of money, you know. And up she quit.
She quit.
And then later on, she came back to like eat, to hang out sometime, you know. And other servers talked to her like, "What are you doing?" But she didn't tell me. She tell other like waiter, not a waitress. She told the waiter that now she went to work at a strip club. And she looked like nice kid, you know, looking good, have an education.
Yeah.
Like you know, but end up she like make a lot of money, you know, and can went to the brand that she want, you know.
Yeah.
That's why you never know what people doing.
Yeah. I think apparently a lot of young college women are working in strip clubs.
Oh, unbelievable. They have education, but I don't know why they end up this way.
Good money, right? Good money.
But it's good, I think so, because you can go to France, visit him, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably make $500 or $1,000 a night, something like that. Yeah, I think so.
I asked the waiter where she working.
He goes, hey, $1, I have $1.
But he didn't tell me. Why are you telling me? He said, no, I don't want to embarrass her, you know.
Yeah, so Viet said no, that's not for him. He would not accept a stripper.
She's so pretty, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Young, pretty.
Yeah.
I'm like, why you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, not really, because I never met someone. Maybe people have. I
You
have
never
heard.
know. You never know.
Yeah, I
Someone
know.
like so nice, but she was a strip club, you know.
It doesn't matter. Nice. I mean, there's some people like. I think like they have really high education. However, they follow the nature of the physics. Some kind of they like to involve into sexually.
Sexual.
So they can use it to make money. Yes, I think like, but if they can control themselves or some kind of that, I don't know. Because I know like people like them doing like a video, like they interview randomly people. Some people say like they're really looking for love, even though they they do that job in that field, but they want to grow up because it's just like they separate in their mind this is job.
Job.
And then, yeah,
I
they
know,
have a high education. They combine between their nature, hobby to make money, but they want something more stable. And I mean, like if they find somewhere like a good land, they can land it stably. They won't come back. Depends on I don't know. I never been, but I assume. I open mind. I'm open minded to that kind of. But like if someone like have not really stable philosophy and they change their mind, I don't like people change mind. They don't stable. I don't care about what they're doing. They have a goal or something else. Maybe they struggle for a while in life. They could not find the purpose of life, so they just follow that job. But maybe they change their mind later. So I still open to see.
I think they work like from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. But if they go to the private room, I think the private room is 30 minutes, $200 in the private room. I don't know what they do in the private room. Okay, I never been to the private room, but that's, but I guess they do whatever they want. You know? $200 for 30 minutes, you know, in the private room. That's a lot of money. So what's your ideal though? Yeah, your ideal occupation would what? Be what? A woman who will have what kind of job?
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, around just being or unpaid or
Regular job, office job.
accept or maybe like an exclusive case, like she doesn't have an education but she has the business to run by her.
Oh, could be a business. Yeah.
Some kind of like certified by herself that she has experience to compensate for her degree.
Okay.
And it's like that. So I don't looking for just only people have a degrees only.
Okay.
So some people have degrees, but doesn't mean they have the practical life according to what we need. You know.
Yes. Okay. Okay. How about income? What would be your minimum income that would be acceptable to you guys? We're talking about that when you marry somebody, actually you're marrying into a lifestyle, right? I mean, you are marrying a person, but what would be for your idea for your lifelong partner? What would be your minimum income you would? What if the person says, "I don't have a job. I'm not working. I don't like to work. I don't want to work." Is that okay with you? Yes. Some men, especially some of my Russian men and some of my Muslim men, they're like, "That's what I want. I don't want her to work. I want her to stay home with the children. I'm the man, and I make the money."
Where are they?
They probably had a heart attack and they're in the hospital, or they had a stroke and in the cemetery. I think maybe that would be my guess. But I don't know. What do you think? What's your minimum income you would accept in a lifelong partner? Let's start with the ladies. Well, what's your minimum now? What are you single right now?
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of a lifelong partner, what's the minimum income you would accept?
Tell me about right now about 4,000 a month.
4,000 a month.
3,000 a month.
3,000 a month
Yeah, without the children.
without children.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit better than minimum wage. A little bit better. A little bit above minimum wage. Okay, I think that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
But would you accept a guy who has no job?
No.
No. Okay. No income. No. See, so that's your minimum is 3,000 a month. How about is it Lucas?
Yeah.
Lucas, what's your minimum income? Well, you're a young guy. You're about 22.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah. What's your minimum? You find somebody says, I don't have a job. I don't like to work. I don't want to work. Would you accept that person? No. What's your minimum income?
Like, the minimum is like want something, you know, like want to do something, work with something.
Want to do something.
Yeah, like,
Right now,
she
minimum.
can like work whatever she wants
Okay.
as long as she wants something.
As long as she's working. So your minimum is not that high compared to hers.
Yeah,
It's a little bit low. Okay. What's your ideal? Let's go back to that. Now, what's your ideal income for a lifelong partner? Ideal. No idea? No idea. You don't have. So your minimum is 3,000 a month, but you don't have an ideal. I think my ideal is around 50 or more would be ideal for me. You know? But it's still realistic, you know. Because I have young ladies who said they want their husband to make at least 100,000 a year, and they want him to be 22. You know, it's totally unrealistic. You know.
Okay, that one is like Mr. Beast.
You know. Well, how about Lucas? What's your ideal
My
income?
ideal?
Income.
Well, like, what I wish you so rich.
Rich, like how rich?
Like 6, 7
Thousand
maybe that's it.
per month?
No, per year. Like 60 or 7.
60 or 70,000 a year. That's still realistic. That's doable in California. People make that kind of money. Okay, so that I think both are very realistic numbers. So I like that. How about Viet? What's your ideal income for a lifelong partner? Ideal one.
I do the meal, but
Things like above average.
Above average. So around 50, 60?
Maybe it depends on like if kind of starter in job, except for like at the minimum wage. Like, let's see, like waiting for the progress during the time. We kind of like prove that her personality or like she have a motivation or not, because I don't know, it's just
So you're looking at it long term.
long term.
So if she's a spring chicken, then minimum wage is okay. Right, spring chicken, minimum wage, that's okay, right? And then you're waiting for progress. Is that the idea?
Yeah, maybe like that you can get her like a girlfriend for a while, she's dating for a couple of years, let's say, and not immediately decide yes for into a marriage or something like that. Yeah, takes time.
Takes time.
Yeah, sometimes like.
So you want to give the person a break. Let's
see how she
how it goes.
improve herself to fit to with my path of the way of the lifestyle or what. Yeah.
So it's kind of complicated.
Yeah, it's complicated. You cannot say immediately you want this, but there's some case like you have, who knows, you got a good person, but you don't know potential or talent from that person in the future.
In the future.
You immediately to dump that person away.
Okay.
And you lose a lot of things when years later coming back, oh, shoot. Successful, you know,
Yeah.
so really, for example, so handsome, oh, whatever, you do well.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
So VSA is you can't look just at the present, but you have to look at the future also. What's the potential for growth and so forth. Yeah, that's good advice.